The Q is welcoming Francesca Battistelli.
Got a couple dents in my fender, got a couple rips in my jeans, try to fit the pieces together.
One of just a phenomenal song is "This Is the Stuff." I know you give the speech about what it's about for so long, but let me just say what I take from it. I think a lot of women relate with it because you're hitting on a few core things that it's like women work very hard, especially moms, even if they're stay at home. I know my wife gets so swamped, and I come home going, I'm thinking it, hopefully not out loud. I'm thinking, wait a second, I was the one working, and you're more tired than me. But then all it takes is for me one day taking care of those kids, and I'm like, okay, this is not an easy thing. So for women who do both,
I really just wanted to write something that would be real and, would show people that, hey, we're all human. We all do these things. We all deal with these things. But remembering, for me, the song is really about perspective. It's not the end of the world. These things that we think are going to, end everything are usually in perspective, and you hold them up to what's happening around the world or even just in your neighbor's life. Usually there's, you can be grateful for where you are and what's happening, even on a bad day. And so I think just for me, it was just trying to write a real transparent song. And now being a mom, I understand even more. It's like, I wrote this song and it came true.
Yeah, the binky fell on the floor of a restaurant. Oh, just put it back in his mouth. Which has been the tougher adjustment? Sharing your space with a new husband or the adjustment of I'm a mother? Which one was the toughest in general?
Being a mom. Sharing with him. I mean, it was an adjustment, but I feel like I guess it was long enough ago, so, that I feel like I'm used to him leaving clothes on the floor and all that. But being a mom is just sort of nonstop. I think that's what everyone says, and I don't think I really accounted for it. And it's wonderful, but if they're awake, and now, he's 6 months old now, our little boy, and which is so fun. He's sitting up, he's starting to eat real food and making noises. But if it's the middle of the day and it's a day off, and we get, like 1 or 2 of those a week, trying to do laundry or pack or whatever, and he doesn't want to take his nap, he's not tired, you can't just leave him and go do whatever you want.
Yeah.
They kind of require constant attention. So, it's awesome. It's good. I think if nothing else, it helps me to slow down and remember that, hey, he's not going to be this age forever. Don't be frustrated, but enjoy it, savor it.
Yeah, I hear that.
I think that's probably the bigger adjustment.
Francesca, you have a little boy now. Or you have had a little boy, but you just added a little chica to the mix.
That's right.
The day you found out that you were having a girl, first thing that popped into your mind, since you've had a boy for a couple of years now, the one thing you thought in your head, oh, sweet, I get to do this now. What was that?
My mom has been really diligent about making sure I save all my good toys from growing up, like my dollhouse and my Samantha doll, my original American Girl Samantha doll. And just stuff, because she didn't keep any of it, and I've always said, well, if I ever have a little girl, and so that's the first thing that popped into my head was, I can give her all my toys.
Right. Well, of course, your mom was in New York. The space is small, the living space.
Exactly. She's like, I didn't keep anything, and it's true. I have hardly anything from my mom's growing up, but I have a lot to give Audrey, so I'm excited about that.
Let me just say up front, awards, great, they're acknowledgments for your work. Nobody puts too much stock in them. But in the Christian genre, it's kind of interesting. You're hitting some rare air. 2 straight female vocalists of the year, recently. And I think only Natalie Grant, Sandy Patty have more than 2. The female vocalist on our playlist that you think in 10 years is going to be in that category, just from what you've seen being on the road with some talented, girls coming up right now?
I think Jamie Grace. That girl's got something really special. She was New Artist of the Year last year, right? Mm-hmm. So I definitely think she'll make it a couple times.
And you have the Godfather, Mr. Toby Mac, in your back pocket.
Exactly. Can't go wrong.
He walks down the streets of Franklin and hits just fall out, and Jamie's picking them up, putting them in a little basket.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that sounds good.
Having 2 babies on the road?
Yes, having 2 babies on the road is interesting, but we have a great nanny, so she helps out a lot.
Okay, now, at what point do you have to wash bottles on a bus? Or do you buy enough that you don't have to wash?
You have to do it all.
Yeah.
There's diapers. My daughters can still kind of stay on the trash, the bus trash, but my son's, he's 2, so we throw his diapers away inside the venue, so we don't have to smell them. Moms can understand what I'm talking about.
Very cool. Well, looking forward to having the new Christmas album become a staple every year. And thanks for sharing it.
Oh, thanks. I hope so. Good to have a party with you guys.
Afternoons with Jayar, The Q, 99.7.